Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to say a major thank you to everyone that's been supporting this channel, liking the videos, sharing the videos, commenting under the videos. I just want to say thank you so much for showing the love. I know that 2021 has so much in store for you guys. I am so excited to share with you guys some new content, new guests, new conversations. So just stay tuned for more. Welcome to One of One, guys. It's been a very long time, but I would just want to say thank you to everyone that's been supporting this channel, liking the videos, sharing them, and commenting. And today I have a very special guest for you guys. I have Thabo Tshuma. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm just happy someone called me a special and invited me as a guest anywhere. It's great.
I know that me and you are just meeting for the very first time.
Yes, yeah.
So I just want to know a little bit more about you. Like,
sure.
You know, how old are you? Where are you from? All that stuff. And when did you come to know that entertaining was something you love to do?
Right. So I'm from Zimbabwe originally, but I've been
rapping Zim. Woo!
Yeah, exactly. We should have a Zimbabwe. You know how Aussie.
Oi.
We need a Zim version
for
that.
We do, actually.
Do we?
That's true. I don't think we do.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't.
Not many countries have one.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
But, like, they should
develop.
Yeah. We have enough. Zimbabwean people are so... We have so many words.
Yes.
We're very wordy people.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we love our words, but we don't have, like... There's no simple explanations in Zimbabwean lingo. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So I'm 28 years old.
Oh.
And I've been living in Australia since 2007. But I lived in New Zealand for 5 years before that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm fully, what do you call that, integrated into Western society.
Yeah?
Yeah. And why did I get into entertainment? Because I can't do anything else.
That's a lie. That has to be a lie.
Oh, it's true.
Really?
I just ask any of my teachers.
That's actually something I wanted to ask you as well is,
sure.
Have you always known that you had that, like, humorous aspect to yourself? Like, were you always, like, maybe the class clown, or people always said, that one is going to be, like, a very big comedian? Or is it something that snuck up on you and you were like, I didn't know I was this funny. Oh, let me check it out. Or did you always know? Like, did people always predict that in you?
Well, my dad is a preacher. So, and he's been a preacher all my life. So, I guess with that, performing in front of large crowds has always been a normal thing.
Right.
And it's always been something that I've been around.
Yeah.
And, as the son of a preacher, especially in Zimbabwe, they would make me preach. Like, so I think I did my first sermon when I was like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very young.
Yeah. And apparently it was the funniest thing because I just did an impression of my dad. So everything my dad would do, I would just do.
Oh my goodness.
I can't even say it now. Like, the Shona's gone from me, but like... or something like that.
I'm sure your dad regretted it.
Yeah. And I would walk like him.
Oh my goodness.
He does this thing when he's making a point. I always make fun of him for it. He'll set up the point here.
Yeah.
And he'll make the point here. You know what I mean? So he'd be like, Job was walking and he's walking and he's walking. And he spoke to God and said, God, where's my family? Apparently I would always do that. So yeah. I guess I've always been, I've always had performers around me, if you can call preaching performance.
Right.
And I've always been a performer in that way.
Yeah.
I was never really class clown. Not really. But I've always loved, just performing and theater and art and things like that, yeah.
I want to know, from comedy to martial arts and music, how did you know which one to invest into more? Like, did you just know, okay, comedy, that's the one? How did you get to that place to be like, okay, music, not really, martial arts, not really, but comedy, let me go for that one? Between the three, how did you know, like, okay, this is the one that might take me further?
Well, comedy hurts the least.
Oh, snuck up on me.
Yeah. I don't have other talents besides
I refuse to believe that.
You can, but the grades say something different.
Oh my goodness.
My report card says something different.
Yeah.
No, I've really never had any other interests, I should say, besides music, martial arts, and comedy.
Yeah.
And performing, really.
Yeah.
And they're all performance in some way. I was gonna become a professional mixed martial artist. I was gonna go into the UFC and become like the first African champion.
Yeah.
And then I did my first training session and I got a black eye and my fingers hurt. And I got kicked in the legs and I was like, I think I'll try the music or the comedy. And then
Forget that one.
Yeah, that one is good. I think I'm good with that one. And then but yeah, with music I've never really been that music. I admire musicians so much and the level of dedication and talent and precision and skill.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've always wanted but I've never had. So music, I like respect it too much I don't want to suck at music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, but comedy was something that it came naturally and it was something that this is how you know you have found a passion is when it's at its worst. Like there have been nights where I've had nights in comedy where if another person has had the same night, they would have quit ages back.
Yeah.
But I was still able to keep going. And
you're resilient and you just keep pushing.
Yeah, well, it's not I'm a resilient person per se, but I was willing to extend myself despite not getting a good result.
Yeah.
And that was the first signal for me to go, I think comedy is my thing.
Yeah. Earlier when I asked you why comedy, you said, well, that's the only thing I'm good at. Now, is comedy something that you see yourself doing long term, or do you have a backup plan, like just in case? Because you know how sometimes, especially in African households, we're told like, okay, if you're going to pursue music or comedy or whatever, just have something on the side in case it doesn't work, because you need, to be able to be financially stable.
Yeah.
So are you like that person that's like, look, comedy is it? I'm investing everything into it? Or are you a bit like, okay, I'm going to still go for it, but I'm uncertain of what the end result could be, so maybe I will have something on the side that, okay, if this doesn't work, then I'm going to jump on something else?
No. I don't have that. If comedy doesn't, I'll be the funniest homeless person.
Oh my goodness.
In Perth. Everyone, if you see my ticket, if you see my show, please buy a ticket because this is it for me. No, comedy is, this is it. This is all I want to do. My parents hate me when I say this.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do anything else. And I've never applied myself this much to anything else, including
so you really
university.
love it.
I love comedy.
That's so good to know, like, for certain, this is it. Yeah, because I think a lot of people, out of fear, we always have something else.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes we do doubt ourselves, and we think of the worst case scenario, and that's when often you have, But I love, there's this other comedian, he's Asian, this is a bit off topic.
Sure.
But, like, he actually was, I don't know if he was a surgeon, or something like that. He went to school, did everything, and then he just quit. And his parents were like, oh, the hell you won't. But he went ahead and did comedy. I think you know him. He's pretty popular.
Ken Jeong?
Yes.
Yeah,
him.
I know Dr. Ken.
And many people probably look at him and be like, you could have earned so much more. But it's the passion, though, because I'm sure he's still earning that much.
Yeah.
Him just still believing in comedy, because he had to give up something that other people see as so big.
He's probably making more.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many... There's a comic here in Perth. His name is Corey White, who's a practicing lawyer.
Yeah.
There's another dude, Andrew Wolf, who's a stockbroker.
Yeah.
Like an accountant. Comics are some of the smartest people you ever meet.
Yeah.
But there's just that thing, that bug that just catches them. Like, for me, I can't imagine doing anything else. And I've tried everything else. Like I was studying to be a lawyer.
Wow.
At one point, it's not that impressive. I didn't pass. You have to add that caveat. People are always like, wow, you're a lawyer? Like a guy who's a
smart.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy like, no, don't.
No, I didn't. Yeah, there were no HDs.
Yeah.
No HDs in my thing. Yeah, but I thought I was gonna be a lawyer. I was gonna be a psychologist. I was studying psychology.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you again.
Yeah.
I didn't pass. There's no degree, so that's what my mom says to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, I was studying, but it didn't work out. It's like, I didn't see a degree, so like.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
I did some research.
Sure.
And because I was looking like things that comedians can relate to, whatnot.
Yeah.
So I found this little page and it was talking about common things that comedians do.
Okay.
So I wanted to run through a few of them and see if you can relate to some of them.
Okay.
And if you want to elaborate, then go for it. Yeah?
All right, go.
So the first one says, most comedians spend more time working on their act than their career.
Ooh.
Is that true?
That is I'm gonna say most good comedians work on their act more than their career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like you never wanna make it you never wanna be a famous hack.
Mm.
You don't wanna be that guy who became famous but sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that joke.
Yeah.
You know? Like, oh God, it's Thabo again on turn it off. You know?
Yeah. So you'd rather improve your acts than just have a successful career.
Yeah. I mean, with that said, I would love to pay the bills.
Who doesn't?
You know?
Yep.
I love some food on the table.
Exactly.
But my biggest fear is being an unoriginal, unfunny idiot.
That would be sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, the second one says, most comedians can think of more reasons why they can't do something than why they can.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
You want to elaborate more? That's just it's just true.
I'm just, you just end up being a pessimistic. I think most people who are artistically inclined have a built-in pessimism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're always first of all comparing yourself to others, and you're always not good enough for something.
Yeah.
And the reason why you're choosing to be an artist anyway is because you're looking for some sort of validation.
Yes.
So you're already built to be a cynical person from the get-go. You know? But like that's something that you have to train yourself. You have to work yourself. You have to train yourself out of that habit.
Okay.
Of going like instead of saying why, going why not.
Facts.
Yeah, because also you have to remember, especially for us comedians, if anyone wants to do comedy out there, your career is in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's not make or break in the next 5 years. You've got 20, 25 plus years to make it.
True.
Like Rodney Dangerfield made it when he was 46.
Yeah. Phew.
Yeah, he had kids, he had a wife, he had a job, he had a mortgage, and then he made it. You know, so like take your time and try, experiment, fail.
That's very important.
Yeah, because you have plenty of time. And you thank yourself for it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, the second one says, most comedians think their career should be further along than it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have this thing every time I see like a Netflix special.
Yeah.
And it sucks. I'm like, oh, that should have been me.
The last one says, most comedians treat social media as a hobby.
Oh. Yes.
Y'all be having fun on social media.
But at the same time, there's nothing grosser than that comedian who's always like, yo, come to my shows, y'all. Yo, I was on the line. I was at the fucking coffee club and Mirabuka the other day, y'all. And then they post nothing funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, be funny. Tell us a joke. Yeah.
Disappointing, yeah.
Yo, I'm going to be at the in South Perth at the RSL club.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Be funny. Like, if you're a comedian you have a responsibility to be funny.
Yeah.
In your public, not all the time, obviously.
Yeah.
But in your public image, I think you have a bit of a responsibility to be funny.
Yeah. Now, speaking on social media, because it's fair to say that when you are a creative, social media is like your best friend to push your brand or to create, your image or whatever.
True.
But as a comedian, is there a pressure to always stay active and to keep people like engaged on your profile or whatever? Or sometimes do you ever need just that time off to be like, okay, this is too much? Because I know for myself, I don't always like being on social media.
Yeah.
And of course, if you have something that you want people to know about or that you're working on, social media is like your best platform.
Yeah.
Posting stuff and making sure that people know, okay, this is what's coming out, this is what's happening. But then sometimes there's that pressure to stay active, to keep people engaged.
Yeah.
And in some moments when it comes to like your personal life, you feel like, okay, I need to switch off.
Well, I'll shoot the question back to you. When do you find that you need to start to pull away?
That's a really good question. I don't know. For me, I feel like I just have moments where I feel like I need to switch off. Like I just delete certain apps like Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, and I just feel like I need to have some time to myself.
Yes.
Where I'm not always trying to like show like what I'm doing or what I don't know. I feel like sometimes there's this pressure to keep online and to just keep posting stuff and showing that, okay, like to keep people alert, I think. Because I think sometimes if you go for a long time without posting, then you start feeling like your profile is dying and people are like, okay, is there anything else still coming out or whatever? And I think for me, when I start feeling that pressure to just keep, I don't know, not performing, but to keep like, active or whatever, especially when it comes to me taking care of my mental health as well, that's when I'm like, okay, I need to switch off. And I know sometimes that, okay, me taking this time is probably going to make people forget about my page or forget about what's happening, which sometimes make it hard to come back. If you have noticed as well, even with certain artists as well, like for example, Kendrick Lamar, he can just disappear for like 3 months. And then just come back. But luckily for him, people are still anticipating like, oh, I wonder when he comes back, what's there.
He has that.
But then there are other people that have disappeared, and when they come back, it's so hard to let people listen to them again. So I feel like, for me, I have to stop thinking that way. Like, you know what? Whether they forget or they, come and they're excited or whatever, I gotta take care of me. And right now, I need to delete things. I need to get off. I need to switch off. And just, because, sometimes there is that pressure. So that's why I'm asking you, like, is there pressure to, like, sometimes, just log off and just delete certain apps and be like, okay, for now, I just need that space. Do you ever worry, like, oh my goodness, if I do this, people are going to forget me, you know?
Well, what I've found, and this is a little bit humbling, is that whether because I also am a big advocate of the same thing of, like, when you have to take care of your mental health, when you're starting to feel overwhelmed, leave. Retreat, regroup, and then go back into it. When it stops being healthy. Because what I found for myself is, if I was to tally my social media time, I'm posting like 10% of the time. 90% of the time I'm looking at what other people are posting. I'm comparing. I'm like,
and that's toxic.
That's very
toxic. Sometimes you just have to be like,
I wish there was like a button that, like on Facebook, where you could just post without having to look at it.
Yeah,
that would be perfect. That would be perfect. But like, that's I do the same thing. And what I found was, just go back to the humbling part. Whether I post like every day or I post like every 3 months, it's the same result. Like, people don't. I don't know. I'm not Kendrick Lamar. People don't care.
I'm not either.
Exactly.
I do want to talk about mental health as well, though. Because this may sound a bit ignorant. But I think sometimes when it comes to comedians or people that are always funny, people can make the assumptions that you don't get depressed.
Right.
Like, you're always funny. You know, just tell yourself a joke and you'll be
yeah.
fine.
Tell yourself a joke.
So, like, that's what I want to know is that, you know, as a comedian, as someone who's expected to always be funny and always be, like, up in spirits and stuff like that, how do you deal with your mental health personally?
Right. Oh, well, for me, I am very lucky in that, like you, I think you might be the same. I had a faith-based upbringing.
Yes.
So I've always had, maybe if I don't believe the same way that I used to, but I've always had a framework in mind of like there's a higher power, there's ways that you can reset yourself, there's ways that you can talk about struggling.
Yeah.
You know, like prayer. I encourage everybody, you have to pray.
Yeah.
You have to pray.
Yeah.
Even if you're not praying to a specific thing, just the whole act of taking your most vulnerable, vulnerable elements of your being and laying them at the feet of something is such a powerful tool. And that's one of the things that I like to, that I do.
Yeah.
Is that I'll pray, I'll sing, I'll meditate, and I'm also very lucky in that because I went through that journey with my parents, where we all went through that. That has made all of us closer. Yeah. Like my mom will call me when she's dealing with something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My dad, he'll beat around the bush, but
he'll get there.
Eventually he'll get there.
Yeah.
And and that opens me up to, like, if I'm having like
that
a really
beautiful.
down day, I can call my mom.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and which is why I encourage everybody, like, take your parents to task and beat them into submission.
Yeah.
Because
it's so true.
It's great for it's great for all of you.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not just because they're stoic and they have this tough exterior does not mean that they're not dealing with these horrible, you know, the same things that we're dealing with. Like, I learned so much about my parents, and it humanized them to me as well. Yeah. But anyway, so I talk to my parents. I have a great partner. Shout out to my girlfriend. She's Catherine. She's
hey boo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's like my little crutch.
Oh.
Yeah. It's too cute.
It's so adorable.
No, that's as far as it goes. But yeah, she's. So I can talk to her. Yeah. And also the beautiful thing with comedians is we're all so used to saying horrible stuff to each other and to people in general that if I'm dealing with something, I have comedian friends that I can pull aside and really just be like, not beat around the bush, not put it into context, just say, hey man, I'm really dealing with this. Yeah. And they'll talk. We can talk about it without having filters.
That's so good.
Which is what you need, and which is what, a lot of other comedians don't realize about themselves is that because we're so used to dealing with taboo things. We should be reaching out to each other. Yes. And because we have the tools more so than most people in our society to actually talk about things without a filter. Yeah. Yeah. So, that comedy has been a good therapy tool in that sense. Yeah. But not a lot of comedians know that that's a therapy tool. Not many artists know that it's a therapy tool available to them, that you can go to other artists and talk.
Because you can relate, so you can understand each other.
Yeah, and not just talk about the music or whatever. Because, like, when you look at good music, it's like, who was it? There's a rapper, Loaded Lux. You know Loaded Lux? He's a battle rapper. Yeah. But he used a phrase where he said, when he's like writing like verses, it's like soul digging. Like he's reaching deep into his bone marrow. Yeah. And pulling whatever comes out. Wow. You know what I mean? And whenever you listen to like a piece of music that really touches you, I can't help but feel like this person really dug this out of somewhere. Yeah. Like somewhere deep, somewhere hidden somewhere where they had to work to get there.
Yeah.
And someone like that should be someone that is less likely to judge you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So for artists, reach out to other artists, man.
Absolutely. Now, last but not least, what's in store for you? Are there any shows that we should be on a lookout for that are coming up? Any projects that we can
my favorite part.
That we can just get to know you and to support you and to follow you on your journey?
You can catch me on the radio. I have my own radio show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Plug it in. What's
Thank
it
you.
called?
It's going to be called the Out of Order Show.
Nice.
And online it's going to be called the Out of Order Podcast.
Yeah.
That's going to be on DRN1. I can't remember the numbers. I should know the numbers.
It's all right. We'll add that.
Yeah, you can add that later on. But
Yeah.
it's going to be online. So look up the Out of Order Podcast on DRN1.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have you as a guest.
I would love that.
Yeah, please be one of my guests.
I would love that,
That'd be awesome, yeah.
I'll actually show up.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Thank you. I need to specify. Because some people will be like, yeah, no, I'll do that. Yeah, and then you just never hear from them.
Yeah, then just ghost you from then on.
Yeah.
Now, where can people find you on social media?
Okay, so I'm at Thabo, the Genius, THABO, the Genius on Instagram. Cockiest name ever.
Yeah.
But I regret picking it. Thabo Tshuma on Facebook, and my channel on YouTube is going to be called the Out of Order Podcast.
Nice.
So check it out. And where else can they catch me? And yeah,
Twitter?
I have a Twitter.
Yep.
Thabo1K at Thabo1K THABO1K on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I've never tweeted.
Well.
So
you will now.
I will now.
Might as well get active. Yeah, I'll just make sure I also add everything else just for
Okay,
clarification as
awesome,
well. But
no worries.
thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. This was a great conversation. I learned a lot and I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, be blessed. Bye.
Peace.